you are responsible for your own learning. And this has many facets to it. The first facet is you get to decide how you learn best. Good enough is the gateway to great. Perfect is the lock on the gateway to great that shuts the door and locks you out, right? Perfect is something you become after you've been good enough. You can't skip good enough. When I say introduction, I mean we're going to take you from zero to hero, from wherever you are right now with your hypnosis experience to being a competent hypnotherapist. The purpose of this course is that by the end of our time together, you are competent, you are capable, you're able to take in clients and work with them. Now, this doesn't mean that you'll instantly be able to work with every client all the time, everywhere. There is such a thing as experience that comes from that as well. But you will have all the tools you need to be able to work with most issues. In fact, I'd say almost every issue that someone would want to come to hypnotherapist for. Good stuff. Because hypnosis is not a spectator sport, right? Hypnosis it works best when you actually do it. You'll learn most when actually you engage in it. Whether you engage and make some errors or you engage and do it to perfection is actually less important than the fact that you engage with it. I guarantee you, the person with the greatest number of errors during the exercises will learn significantly more than the person who just sits back and watches and waits for the right time to do something, right? And we're talking at least an order of magnitude. So I strongly recommend you dive in and take advantage of any chance you have to do exercises. In terms of getting content out, we're going to linger just long enough on each exercise for you to get the sense of what its purpose is, what its value is, and then we'll build on top of it and build on top of it and build on top of it, right? Nobody says that at the end of these 6 days, you have to have every one of those things done perfectly. Good enough is good enough, right? When they start layering together, then even the exercises which are only done at an okay level start becoming stronger because all the other things that support it. Does that make sense to everyone, right? I strongly encourage you that once you leave here, of course, you go back and practice each of those exercises again until you feel very comfortable with each of the steps that we're going to introduce you to, right? In this way, you have the best of both worlds. We get to cover a much wider range of skills here, and you can then deepen those skills as is relevant to you, as you decide, this is more fun, this is something I need to work on, this is something that I could use having more experience with. Make sense to everyone? Yes? Now, very importantly, we are about to engage in a journey of adult learning, right? Now, what does this mean, right? It means a number of things. Number one, you are responsible for your own learning. And this has many facets to it. The first facet is you get to decide how you learn best. If you learn best from taking notes, take tons of notes. So you're responsible for being in the best frame of mind to do this learning, right? Now, I know we all have a different history in terms of, how we've learned things and things have challenged us and not challenged us and all the rest of it. Rest assured, everything we do here will be in your wheelhouse. It's something you can absolutely do. If for any reason you get a sense that you can't do it, I guarantee the reason is something you've added to it. Everything we will be doing here is simple, straightforward, and really easy. It's something that a 12-year-old could do with relative ease, right? If it seems somehow complex, if it seems somehow overwhelming, if it seems somehow difficult, it's usually because you think you should be doing something that you don't need to do. In fact, often you shouldn't be doing. If that happens, I invite you to take a step back and go back to simplifying. What have I added to this exercise that doesn't need to be here? What is the simplest way of doing what we're about to do so that I don't have to reach for some kind of impossible high standard, right? The standard I'm looking for right now is good enough. This is the level 1 hypnosis training. And I'm looking for you to be good enough to do work with other people, right? Good enough is the gateway to great. Perfect is the lock on the gateway to great that shuts the door and locks you out, right? Perfect is something you become after you've been good enough. You can't skip good enough. So if anyone here has a sense of perfectionism, may I invite you to take it out back and shoot it in the head right now, because it's not going to serve you. The place you'll be perfect is after you've been willing to be good enough here long enough for perfection to emerge out of what you're already doing. Is this a agreement we make with each other, right? I'll remind you of this overall over the next few days again. This will come up from time to time, but just don't be surprised when I encourage you to stop thinking, or, take some attitude that might have crept in, take it out back and just shoot it, because you don't need it anymore, right? Super simple. Keep it simple, keep it easy, and keep it fun. If you do those three things, you will succeed here. You miss out on any one of those things, you're welcome to make this as complicated, as difficult, and as painful as you want, right? That's on you though. You get to choose that, right? If you want to suffer for the next 6 days, by all means do so. I don't encourage it, but some people prefer one way or another way of doing things. But if you want the easy way to learn this and keep things simple, throw yourself into the exercise with full gusto and have fun. Enjoy the journey as you're going through it. And that includes enjoying your mistakes, because you'll learn a lot from making mistakes. You'll learn a lot from other people's mistakes, both of what to do and what not to do. Sometimes you'll think you made a mistake, but you've actually made a discovery. You've actually discovered something that makes your life better, makes you a better hypnotist than you were before. I can totally say that about myself. Some of my best insights as a hypnotist have come from me doing the wrong thing, it working, and me being blown away that it shouldn't have worked. And what did I just do, right? So I encourage you to have the opportunity of discovering the exact same thing about yourself by keeping it simple, throwing yourself into the exercises, and having fun. Does that sound fair enough, everyone? Perfect.
If you found this insightful, make sure to subscribe for more fascinating discussions on the power of the mind and hypnosis.